So how long do you think until we get sick of doing this?
Oh, you mean the podcast?
Yeah.
You'll get sick of it before me.
I don't think. Yeah, probably because I'll be editing all this.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of Captain Cook.
I like that. You should
Just-
zoom into your
just-
eyes looking to see what it's called. Even though you fucking named it.
I made that like before we went to the gym. I made that. I went to the gym, came to film this. It's a little inside baseball for you guys, and I literally almost wrote chefing around on there or put in chefing around because that's our cooking show.
That we've done two of.
Yeah, but I was surprised. As far as my knowledge goes, isn't that far, to be honest.
Right.
There's no podcast on the interwebs called Captain Cook. So I was like, why the fuck not? That's what I was hoping this Breaking Bad movie was going to be called. Captain Cook.
He
Or
lost.
Chili P, something like that.
He lost that shit a long time ago, though.
Yeah, but maybe he goes back to it. Walt's dead. Spoilers.
Is he?
Maybe. So we're doing this podcast because Elcamino trailer came out yesterday, and we watched it, and we were like, oh, why don't we do a Breaking Bad podcast? Yeah, okay. Let's do 3 podcasts a week now talking about Breaking Bad, all because we watched one trailer.
A minute and 11-second trailer.
Changed our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did get a couple comments, so I was surprised. Would you, if I was the only one that commented on the video saying let's do it, would we be sitting here right now?
Probably.
Oh, cool, okay. So then they have no effect on us.
Well, the thing is you commented right away, and I was just like, yeah, duh. I knew you were going to do that.
You act like unpredictable.
A little bit. And then someone else commented right after that, and I was like, fuck. Now there's no way out of it.
Yeah, and then we got another comment today. We're like, okay, dude, we already plan on it. But yeah, it's cool. I'm glad people wanted it. I've always thought this was a good idea. We did it back in the day. Back in the day.
Well, it's kind of cool because even if like no one watches this first one,
Yeah.
if
Hopefully down the line someone watches at least one.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But like we'll have the library leading up to the movie.
Yeah. And then hope if the movie will enjoy it and we do the movie on here as well. If people like it, we can move on to Saul, to Captain Cook Saul. Or we could do a spin-off of Captain Cook, I'll Lawyer Up.
Wow.
I had Breaking Bad plans for years. So how many times have you rewatched Breaking Bad? 'Cause this is like
I don't know.
This is like my
I was,
6th or 7th
I was
time.
thinking about that as I was watching the first episode. I know I've seen the first episode like 7
A
times.
lot, yeah. We bought that it was before it was even all on Netflix. We bought the DVD of it, and me, you, and Taylor watched it, and we were like, it was good, but like nothing special. Now I watch it, and it's like fucking amazing.
It is weird. Me
But
too. Me too.
It's like a lot of shows. Like Silicon Valley season 1, you go back and watch it, you're like, this is hilarious. But
Yeah.
first time watching it, you're like, what is this show? But we were watching it, and we're like, okay. And then you and Taylor, I think I liked it a little more than you guys did even then, because I'm the one, I continued watching it, and I was like, we should actually do this. And then everybody was watching it on Netflix. And, excuse me, Reddit. I'm trying to talk here, and you're interrupting me.
Wow.
I'll mute that. But I started watching it, and I remember I was like, I got to season 3, and like it ends fucking crazy. And then I was watching it illegally online, because I think the 2 episodes have aired from season 4 at that point or whatever. Or yeah,
God, I don't remember
and
that shit.
because it ends with Aaron Paul like, gonna shoot the guy, and you're like, oh my god. So like it was like pretty cool. So then we all binged it. We were like watching Mima's house or something, and Mom's in the bedroom, and I hear her yell, "Holy beans!"
She's changed.
I knew she caught up. But yeah, we love the show really. Like it took a little bit from season 1 for you guys.
It did. I think what
If
happened.
you wouldn't have bought that DVD though, I don't know if I would ever tried it until people were hyping it up.
Well, they were critics were hyping it up.
Yeah,
That's why I bought
but
it.
no one else.
Yeah. So I bought it, and then I think I watched the first 2. Maybe I only watched the first 1 because I don't remember the guy falling through the bathtub.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because you think that would have grabbed my attention.
Yeah, you think Emilio falling through there, you'd be like, wow, this is different.
Yeah, I was like, what the So maybe I only watched the first 1, and I just never got back to it. And then I feel like I did that more than once.
Yeah, sometimes that happens with you with shows, and then like the 3rd time you try it, then you fall in love with it, and you're like deep into it.
Yeah, and then it was just lights out. And
That's how I was with Arrow, and then look at me now.
And now the weird thing about watching this now. So we know the movie's coming out. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah, October 11th.
We're hoping it connects to Saul.
I really, really am. just because that means we'll get to see like Jesse on Saul or stuff like that.
Because everything they do on Saul is before Breaking Bad. But
Except for Gene.
And
those we've discussed this before because we do videos on Saul. If you want to go watch those, those are my favorite parts of Saul. Which Saul's really good.
Yeah.
But
now it took you a lot longer to get into Saul than it did.
I liked Saul, but I wasn't like into it like Breaking Bad until recently. Like the past 2 seasons really got me into it.
And I was 100% into it from the get-go.
Even when I wasn't into it, every time, I guess the first 2 seasons, I was still like, oh fuck, I can't wait to see this Gene scene. And then it's like 10 minutes later, and it's over. You're like, fuck, that was really interesting. It went nowhere, but I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, he locked himself in a fucking room or something.
Yeah.
But so, like Crazy 8,
like showed up on there.
Not quite so crazy. He's not so crazy in Saw. Here he's Crazy 8. He's got a dog. He's
one like they talk about. I can't remember the guy's name, but the bad guy that just showed up on Saul, he's only mentioned in Breaking Bad, not even shows up there. He's in and out. So there's little things that like are connecting it, which is real cool, and like seeing origins stuff.
And that's what so you kind of hope it
all connects.
But it's a different feeling watching Crazy 8 when he's talking to Jesse than the first time you're like, oh, this is this gangster dude, and now you're like, well, wait, this guy is already.
I remember you being a little bitch with Nacho.
Yeah, you were a little. Nacho beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
Hank, you're working with Hank.
Yeah.
Spoilers. No. And like, so who that's. There's just a lot right there, and the fact that they did that after the fact is just really cool.
Yeah, it's one of the only shows. Or I guess like universes or whatever, where like they go back to it after the fact,
and it
enhances it so much and doesn't hinder it in any way whatsoever. Because a lot of times they'll be like, it'll just smudge a few facts here, but
as I was watching, I was thinking, this is like if fucking the first 3 episodes of Star Wars were good.
Kinda, yeah. I can see that, yeah.
But
I was also thinking when we were watching the first episode, this is like one of the only series I could think about. Like there's a few, but like where the show's tone doesn't ever really change. Like everything from the pilot on, it's like the same show. Like the characters, they evolve a little bit, but like they're all the same. Because a lot of shows, like you'll watch a character in the first episode and they'll be in like season 3, and you're like, wow, he is absolutely nothing like it, because like they found him later on. But like you can tell they knew exactly what everyone was supposed to be right off the bat and like kept going. It's one of the only shows. Like there's like only a few out there.
Yeah, you're right. They change a lot, but they're still the same.
Yeah. Like they're still them. They just kind of unveil themselves more. Like you can tell. I noticed this time watching. We'll get into the pilot pretty soon. People who just don't want to hear us yap, but we'll get like the plot and shit. When he's seeing the meth lab on TV, because you know how at the end, like the finale, he's talking to his wife, Walt is, and she's like, just admit it, you did it for yourself, not your family. And he finally admits it. When he looks at the TV and he's like, is that a normal amount of money? Blah, 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 all that. It never clicked with me. That's before he even knew he had cancer. So he was already like, getting ideas before that. So it just proves further that it was for him. It wasn't like the family was just like his final straw excuse.
Yeah, that's true.
Then that's never click. Like I said, I watched it like 6 or 7 times, and seeing it that time, I was just assumed like at that point he already knows, and like then he passes out later on.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I like that.
I do like how he just coughs and. Are you taking your echinacea? I don't think echinacea does much for lung cancer.
Did you take your echinacea?
No. I think it's getting better. It's the constant. It's the cycle. It's solution, dissolution.
Hey, man, we love you. Everybody, to Wall, Nostrovia. Nostrovia.
Come on, man. Fuck you, Bogdan. What?
School bus is clear. Get the green light.
Copy that. Oh, my God. Pinkman?
You want to cook crystal meth?
That's right.
Cooking is art, and the shit I cook is the bomb, so don't be telling me.
Shit you cook is shit.
Man, some straight like you, giant stick up his ass, all of a sudden at age, what, 60, he's just gonna break bad?
Shit, yeah, let's cook here. This is pure glass.
You're a goddamn artist.
So we're talking about the pilot. So this is gonna be the only one that I'll semi read off of Wikipedia if I get lost, because I didn't take notes. I didn't think I would have to, but then after doing it, I kind of want to, because like I'm not gonna go in depth. Like I told you in the car, Walter walks into his closet and ponders what jacket he's gonna put on. Oh, he does this, just so I have a outline of the episode. But it's pretty cool. It starts out at the end of the episode, basically, with him. He's videotaping him crying to his family. Everything's gone wrong. You're like, holy shit, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And he aims a gun, and then it goes poof into Breaking Bad.
So if they were cops, he was just gonna go suicide.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things in that scene, like continuing on at the end of the episode. Well, this Red Bull's making me real burpy little boy. He like tries to shoot himself. He's planning on shooting the cops and all that. Like any one of those things actually happened, and there's that would save a lot of lives. Those plane crashes would have never happened because he wouldn't have killed Jane, and then her dad wouldn't have been sad and did that. Like, there's so much shit. The Nazis would still be thriving.
Okay, Flash, you can go back and.
I'm just saying, like, that would have changed so much shit if he would have did shoot the cops or did kill himself there.
But there would have been a lack of entertainment, so
definitely.
all those lives are worth it.
It would have made it would have been like a really weird indie movie.
So, as you get into it, first question: do you like Walter White?
At this point in the show, or after seeing everything?
Both.
At this point in the show, I kind of like him, but there's a turning point in the show where no matter what, I don't like Walt.
I never get that point.
Oh my God, get the fuck out of here, Fly. The first time we watched the show, I liked Walt the entire way through. I liked him and Jesse, and I always hated that he was addicted to Jesse, but I was like, I still like him.
Not like that.
But then the second time watching it, in third and fourth and blah blah blah, because I'm a psychopath, I started not liking him more and more and more and more. And it just because I just picked up more of his evilness and all that. So I don't like him at a certain point, but at the moment I do like him, especially because he kills Hank, the fucking dick.
Hank, I don't like Hank.
And he kills. I
like Hank, but come on.
All the shit. He gets all those people killed that I actually do like on the show a lot. So it kind of I hate that.
I still because I like him more than I like them.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I don't care that he kills them. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I was killing a bug. I get that. For instance, I don't like when he's addicted to Jesse, but I also don't like when Jesse yells at him or you know what I mean? See, but
I don't like their conflict.
Jesse's yelling, that's just Jesse's character. Jesse's not yelling out of anger. That's just Jesse, how he speaks.
No. I mean when he is yelling out of anger. I just watched a clip. I'm sure I'm gonna be watching a million fucking clips, but
watching a million episodes.
It was actually on Twitter. I think Aaron Paul.
Oh, it's that one of him in the hospital. See, that's the moment right there when I was watching the second time around that I was like, yeah, fuck Walter White. Jesse's got a point here.
Ever since I hooked up with the great Heisenberg, I have never been more alone. I have nothing.
He does have a point, but
I'm
it doesn't
totally
mean
on
I
his
like
side.
it.
We're different on that. I'm totally on his side. But like I said, like in our picture for this podcast, I'm more of a Jesse, and you're more of a Walter White.
Yeah, that's probably true. As much as I like Jesse a lot, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I think you should try to style. Oh, you know what we didn't do?
We didn't put on our
aprons. Next podcast. Next episode, we'll have aprons on. We're supposed to have meth aprons on.
I am not putting on an apron.
God damn, we even have a Los Pollos Hermanos one.
Should we wear the apron and just our tidy whities?
Well, I was going to say, in spirit of him, I am in my tidy whities.
No, you're not.
No one knows that. I could be naked right now.
You just proved
my
you're a
schlong
liar.
could be flopping on this chair. No one would know. Don't look under the table.
Well, first of all, your schlong doesn't flop, so everyone knows.
Your schlong doesn't flop. So after the flashback, Walt he goes as dinner with his family, and it's a little awkward. He's just kind of sitting there talking, and he ends up going to school. You see him going to.
It was breakfast.
Oh, did I say dinner?
Yeah.
Whatever. He has.
The 50.
Yeah, it's his birthday, which I remember too. We're watching it again, when this show only takes place over 2 years. Because when he's all disheveled and shit after he goes to the cabin for his cancer and stuff. He comes back and does the 52. Like that never clicked with me the first time. That shows like like a lot of shit happens in that time.
Took fucking 6 years to go through 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so they have breakfast and chit chat a little bit, and he calls Junior a smartass and all that. He goes to school. You find out he's a teacher and all that.
That was the most normal meal they have. Though.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets more awkward later on.
Yeah.
He goes to school as a teacher. Then he works at the A1 car wash with Bogdan.
That guy's a dick.
That guy, I was gonna say, that guy could be the biggest dick of a boss.
Could you imagine, like, so, like, we go get a car wash, and, like, you're in high school, and your teacher was fucking wiping our wheels?
Yeah.
How would you have respect for that guy?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's why I like Walt, because he finally stands up for himself. And that's part of the...
I can see that. He stands up for himself, but then he goes a little far.
He might take it a little far.
Mm-hmm. I do. One of my favorite, like, Breaking Bad moments with him, though, is when he goes to Tuco and, like, throws, like, the little non-meth down, I don't know what it's called,
yeah.
and it blows up when he's walking out of there all angry, and there's, like, bikers around and shit.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome. I also like when he tells... What's the guy's name? The
Bogdan?
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck you, and your eyebrows, and like,
then,
smacks all the shit around.
And then he fucking grabs his dick. He's like, wipe this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, he's at school. He yells at the kid, Chad, to move his chair back. And then he's...
Yeah, see, that's another thing. Like, no one respects him.
Yeah. So, but then is that same kid, I believe, is at the car wash. And it's like the girl's on the phone, and she's like, you're never going to believe who's watching Chad's car. That's how his name stood out to me, because that bitch.
Oh, I didn't realize it was the same kid.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on that, but, you know, no one can tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, so after that, he goes home, and there's a little surprise party. Previously, his wife, Skylar, was like, hey, you going to be home at 5? You work till 5. You come home at 5. And he's like, yes. And then Bogdan tells him no. But he comes home. He's late. It's a DEA party.
I got a question about that. So she's like, they pay you till 5. You work till 5.
Mm-hmm.
He's not salary. So if he's working past 5, he's still making money.
Yeah, I wondered about that.
You know what I mean? So that didn't make sense.
I was going to ask. Like, they don't ever mention if he's on salary or not. Because if he was, that would make sense. But I think even then, if you're on salary, don't you have to stay late anyways?
You don't have to. I mean, technically, if you're on salary, you can leave early. You're still getting paid the same.
I guess that's true.
It doesn't usually work that way.
But yeah, so he goes to his birthday party. He's hanging out with a bunch of DA agents there. And then all of a sudden, they're watching the news. And you get to see Hank's little bust he did. And Walter's like, oh, fuck.
Hank is... so obnoxious in this scene. See,
I like Hank a lot of the time. That's why, I to me, I feel bad for him too when he's all depressed and getting his minerals.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I said I don't like Hank. I do like Hank, but he's obnoxious.
I could see that, but I like his obnoxiousness.
And
and I also like his relationship with Walter Jr.
He does. He likes Walter Jr.
Yeah. Like they're playing with his gun and stuff. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Or like later on when he defends him when like Walt's trying to get him drunk.
That was fucking weird.
But yeah, so then that's where Walt gets the idea, like, oh, and then like he offers him to go on a ride along and all that.
Yeah.
So if he would have just not turned on the news, again, could have saved a bunch of lives.
Yeah, so it's Hank's fault. The entire thing.
You know what? Second thought, Hank deserved to die.
Wow. Jesus.
Hey, man, Gomez.
You're a turncoat.
But yeah, so he gets that idea, and then I think he goes back to school, and then eventually he makes his way back to the car wash and passes out, goes to the hospital. He finds out he has cancer. I don't remember. There's an alternate ending. I don't know if it's an official alternate ending or one I saw online, but it's at the end of the season when he's laying on the ground and like, you know, it's doing that music over him and all that.
Mr. White. Mr. White?
Yes.
You understood what I've just said to you.
Yes. Lung cancer. Inoperable.
Oh, really?
I can't remember if that's an official one, like they made, like, or if that was one I just saw online. But I like those lonely ones. There's also one where that happens, I believe, and he wakes up and he's in his Malcolm in the Middle bed with his wife.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And he's like, I had a crazy dream. I was making meth. There's a kid, Jesse, all that.
That's fucking hilarious. I never watched Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, I used to love that.
I don't think
every time, like that kid that bullies his son was in Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, the one that he fucking stomped on?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever seen an episode.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Malcolm in the Middle is part of the reason I started this. Because you like talked about
This podcast?
Yeah, it's Captain Cook.
Doesn't Malcolm live here in Phoenix?
Yeah, he loves. Have you heard about him? Frankie Muniz?
No.
I forget what happened to him. I don't know if he hurt himself, he has some disease, but he has to rewatch episodes of Malcolm in the Middle to remember that because he forgot most of filming Malcolm in the Middle and all of it.
Oh, really?
It's really sad. His girlfriend had to help him get videotapes and all this stuff to help fix his memory.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's
he
Memento?
kind of has a sense of humor about it. He'll joke around about it, but it's real sad that he forgot most of all that.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, I saw there was some interview with him. I was like, oh my god, that's terrible.
Yeah, no idea.
But I kind of like that he likes it here. He always tweets about how much he loves Arizona.
Oh, you follow him?
Yeah.
I see once in a while I'll see something, because he'll tweet something local,
Oh, okay.
and I'll see it.
Where were you at the DEA party? The birthday party? I mean, I keep calling it DEA party.
Yeah, no, he went back to the car wash.
Oh, yeah, he passed out. He found out he has cancer. Alternate ending. But yeah, he found out he has cancer, and the only thing he has to say is the guy has mustard on his shirt.
It was annoying.
That would I don't know, how would you respond to that? If you're in the doctor's office and they say you have terminal cancer, and you best couple months to live.
I don't know. What I mean, what the fuck?
What would you say?
I don't know.
I think I would just space out and tell him he has mustard on his shirt. And then the guy would probably ask me if I watched Breaking Bad.
Wow. I mean, it's easy to come up with something you would do, but you don't know.
Yeah, I literally think I would just sit there and be speechless.
When he goes home and doesn't tell anyone, I think that's what I don't think I'd tell anyone. Right away.
Yeah, I can see that. I think it would take some time.
Yeah.
Especially because that's come on, be like.
I'm not sure I'd go sell meth.
By the way, I'm gonna be dead in a couple months.
Yeah, it's just weird. Why put that on?
You want to watch Righteous Gemstones now? How do you go about your night with that?
Yeah, no shit. We better watch Fleabag because I'm gonna be. You know what I mean?
That's funny. You gotta get help on all the shows you're missing.
Yeah.
See, in moments like that, I think, and this is such a dorky thing of me, but I'd be if I had a couple months to live, I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna miss Crisis on Infinite Earths. I'm gonna miss this next Marvel movie.
You wouldn't be like, damn, I guess those other ones didn't matter.
Yeah. I feel like in those situations, when I hear someone dies and I know they're a fan of some things, I'm like, oh, they didn't get to see Endgame.
Jesus.
Because I know that's what I would think about.
Not if you're dead.
Well, I mean, I'd be worried about it up until I die.
Maybe that's your last wish, a fucking screening of Crisis.
Yeah, with Stephen Amell. He's right next to me, and he's holding my hand the whole time. That's my mega wish.
It's fucking creepy.
But so after he finds out he has cancer and all that, that's when he goes on the little ride along with Hank. And did you notice that they actually gave a little bit of foreshadowing to the death of Crazy 8 and Emilio?
No.
They said something. Hank and Gomez did.
That helps.
Yeah, they said words. And then Walt goes, yeah, phosphate gas, and Hank's like, yeah, 1 minute for that, you're gone.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh, gee, I wonder why they told us that.
That's funny.
But yeah, so they go to the bus. They make jokes of Captain Cook.
What? Wow.
You know, our podcast.
Captain.
If he's white or Mexican or whatever he is and all that. And they end up taking Emilio because they think he's Captain Cook. Right. And while they're inside, they see, Walt sees Jesse coming out the window. And you see your first ever Breaking Bad titties. First and only. Unless you count Walt's.
Now, are they on the DVD?
I don't know. I don't remember ever seeing that until it was on Netflix. I feel like that's a Netflix exclusive.
Me either.
But I remember we watched it when we did the podcast 7 years ago with Taylor, and we were like, "Oh my god, there's tits in Breaking Bad."
Yeah, that must not be on the DVD we own.
We should put it in and try. We talked about this last time, and then we never checked, so we probably never will.
Cause we won't again.
But yeah, so he sees that, and he finds out that Jesse's the captain. He goes, "I'm the captain now," and goes over and takes over.
He does not say that.
He does. I don't know. That was a part you must have been looking at your phone or something in that one.
I like every time I watch this episode, when he drives away, and his license plate says the captain.
Mm-hmm.
I just think, God, the fuck. So Hank's such a oh yeah, we get these guys and we do
yeah. He talks a big game.
No idea about Jesse, and Jesse's the one doing the stuff.
Yeah. If they would have just looked at, oh, that's his license plate. Okay, well, we'll see him come get to his car.
Yeah. I also like how they it's like a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, it was real nice.
Yeah, they like pull up. And it's like, why? I mean, I guess
It's not the places you see later on, like when they go to Tuco's
No.
place and all that.
No,
But
that's
yeah,
a different part of Albuquerque.
so then he follows Jesse home, goes to his house, and makes him a deal he can't refuse.
Yeah, Yeah, so in the very first episode, he kind of blackmails him.
Yeah. Because he's like, why would I cook meth with you? He's like, oh, because I'm telling you.
See, and that's what I mean, like, where he's like, either you come be my partner, or I tell on you.
Yeah.
I don't think he said tell on you.
He's like, I'll snitch on you. I'll tell my mommy on you. Jesse Pinkman.
And when I was watching this morning, I was like, you know what? Did you have to do that? Like, so I still like him, and I still want him.
But you do judge him at least a little bit. Okay.
I do judge
I
him.
give you, at least you do that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you'd be like, yeah, fucking blackmail that bitch.
Well, when he's having problems on the next episode, killing Crazy 8, I'm like, just fucking kill him. You're gonna get used to it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like, oh, you're having a tough time now.
Yeah.
You're gonna make a machine gun that just blows people away. It pops out of your car, and then MythBusters will make an episode about it.
I don't think I've rewatched the last season.
Oh, really?
I don't think I have.
Oh.
Maybe
See,
I have.
well, that last season has some of my favorite moments too, like with Jesse and Hank hanging out together, and like he's like snitching on him, and like he goes out there and like he's gonna like secretly record Walt talking and all that, and then he's like, "No, fuck you, I'm done," and walks away from both of them.
Yeah.
Which kind of ends up getting Hank killed and all that later on, but you know, whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of that stuff that I like.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gets him to go, and then he comes back in the morning, I believe. And he's like, yeah, we're going to cook, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't he come with school supplies?
Yeah.
He's telling him what everything is. And then Jesse's like, yeah, we're not going to cook here.
I did like how he just assumed he was cooking at his house.
Yeah. I like that. That's I like early on with some of their banter is that, like, Walt, like, knows, like, just the chemistry and all that.
Yeah,
for sure. And Jesse knows the streets, so he's like, yeah, we're going to cook at your house. He's like, no, I'm not. Why don't we go cook at your house? Yeah, exactly. And like their banter back and forth like that is real good.
Well, and that's why he needs Jesse.
Yeah. So then Jesse comes up with the idea. Let's get an RV. I know Buddy's selling it and all that. And then I like it. We get a flashback later on too of them going and buying it and all that.
And fucking spending all the money.
What's the guy's name? I always think of different ships.
Fuck, I can't think of his
name.
Combo.
Yeah. I wanted to call
you pulled that right out of your ass.
I wanted to call him Bugles. I know that's not it.
Well, we were gonna say Bungalow.
That's true. But yeah, that's cool. Like even like in this series, like we talked about with Saul, they do flashbacks and it still works out pretty cool.
Yeah, it's neat. I thought of that too when he comes out of the bank and he like gives I like that scene where he's like, "Why are you doing this?" You know?
Yeah.
And there's little times, because Jesse's a moron, but he's
more armed with like the heart of gold.
Yeah, but then there's times where he is smart too.
Yeah,
where like he's the first one that realizes he's got cancer, but because of his aunt.
Yeah, see that there's little bits like that, like because of his like past and all that, he can pick up on things and all that.
Yeah, but I like that bank thing because I know the other side of it, so I'm watching it and he's asking.
And then you go, then you know he's gonna go because he's like, that's not enough money.
Yeah,
but you know he just wants to party and like buy drugs and
Yeah.
strippers and all that stuff.
Yeah,
you almost see titties in that one too, but they have like tassels on them, I believe.
well, yeah, they're straight AMC at that point.
Yeah, but yes, like you said there, he gets them the money and all. They go buy the RV and then they're out to cook.
Yep.
And then that's one of my favorite scenes right there too. In this episode is when he's up there and he's like, anybody out there? No, just a bunch of cows. Just a bunch of cow houses out there. And Walt's like, oh my God, this is who I'm cooking with?
Mm-hmm.
A guy who calls barns cow houses.
So what do you think of Jesse's? So he gets the crystal. He's all happy.
Yeah.
And he takes it straight to Crazy 8. Dumb move?
Well, I mean, who else would he have took it to?
I don't know.
But
But
we don't know any of the characters there. But I mean,
yeah, we do. We took it to not.
But like they could have, I guess they could have started their own thing like they do later on and sell it with like Skinny Pete and Badger and all that.
It just like he was acting like a badass.
He's even like, oh, when you see Emilio, you tell him for me. And he's like, why don't you tell me about yourself?
Yeah, and that's another scene where I'm like, really, Crazy 8? Like, where's Nacho at? He's gonna fucking come kick your ass.
Yeah, that's why. Like I'm really hoping like in this Elcamino movie, like we see Nacho. Or something.
I would pay so much to see Nacho and Jesse have a scene together somehow.
I hope that happens.
I don't know how it could happen.
Yeah, I don't either. Especially because like, you hear, it wasn't me, it was Ignacio, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, and later on with Saul talking about the bad guy I can't remember. But like, yeah, I really hope they don't kill off Nacho in this. It'd be interesting too, like if they, because like from their press release way back in the day when they already had the whole movie done. So who knows how much of this is real or kept in and all that. Like they said, like supposedly there was gonna be characters in Saul that have never been in Breaking Bad. That's what they said then, but they didn't say who. Like it could be the fucking Hamlin, whatever the guy's name is.
Yeah.
So like, who knows who it could be? But I hope it's Nacho.
Right.
I really hope Saul's in it too.
I think he will be. I think it'll be Gene.
Yeah, but Jesse will call him Saul.
Yeah, that's true. And then he'll freak out.
The one thing that makes me worry about that, but also at this point I think Bob Odenkirk is just an amazing liar. I mean he's a good actor, so it kind of comes in the same. Because he's done interviews about Saul and all that, and he's like they've asked him about Gene, and he's like, "Yeah, I have no clue where they're going with that. That's like the one storyline that I have no idea about." And blah 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 goes on about it. He's like, "I hope it ends well for him, but like I don't know." So like that makes me like a little worried that he won't be in it because it would have to be Gene, and you think that would kind of wrap it up or put it in a direction where he would know about, you know?
Yeah. But it's not like he's gonna tell you.
But yeah, he's not gonna be like, "Oh yeah, it ends well. I know everything."
It's like that thing you told me about Jeffrey Wright.
Oh, and he knew everything about that season 1 of Westworld?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just lied about it?
He didn't tell anybody until, like, this season.
Yeah.
Like, even the cast members didn't know, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so they cook meth. He brings it to Emilio and Crazy 8. They kidnap him, bring him back to the desert, and then like, "Oh, you're here by yourself, huh?"
Yeah.
Jesse runs, gets hurt for first of many times him getting hurt. He gets fucked up in this series.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets hurt. Walt smart tells him, "Oh, I'll show you the thing." He has a internal flashback to Hank being like, "One puff of this, and you're gone." And
is he a ghost?
Yeah. Ooh, he's like, "Hank, you're dead? Not yet. 4 more seasons." But then he goes, poof, kills him. That's a cool scene.
Yeah.
He runs out. There's so much things in this pilot episode that are just throughout the entire series, like that everyone knows Breaking Bad for, like the RV, the holes in the RV. Like there's a lot of things in this that are memorable.
Yeah, and going back
Captain
to
Cook.
like decisions, like Crazy Eight's, he's stupid. Like why? He's gonna kill Walt, right?
Yeah, he was planning on killing Walt and then just leaving him there and going.
So first of all, like why? If he can make the crystal and you're a fucking meth dealer and you're a fucking...
Well, I was just going to say, he's an informant, so was he really going to kill him, you think? Or do you think this was a show for Emilio? And like, when Walt's like, "I'll show you," he's like, "Okay, that's my out."
I think it was a little bit of that.
Because I was thinking about that when we were watching it, and I'm like, well, we know he's an informant. And maybe he'd just be like, "I didn't do it," to Hank and all that, but...
Yeah, I do think that was a little bit of an out, but then... I don't know. It just seems like he wasn't thinking. Like how much money if you know how good this stuff is and this is your business and you've got a guy right here that can make it, why would you be, "Oh yeah, just show me how to do it"? I mean, I guess if you're that cocky and you think you can make it,
Yeah.
it's not like he's making the fucking shit.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
You know? But I don't know, that's just what I was thinking when it happened.
But yeah, he kills them, drives off, hits a ditch, and then we pick up from the beginning of the episode. He's doing that just to shoot himself in the head, and nothing works. And then just fire trucks going by.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
And I like how Jesse walks out, and Jesse's like, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah, he's out
because he missed everything. He knocked himself out on a rock.
I did like how when Jesse hits his fucking head and he's out cold, Emilio wants to cap him, and then Walt's like, no, I'll show you how. You let both of us go free.
Yeah, there's a lot of moments in this show
where
as much of a dick Walt is to Jesse,
he does
him. Like say, no, save him and all that. Like with Gus and stuff like that too.
It's almost weird.
Until the end of the show. Then with the Nazis, he's like, I think he points him out under the car, or he says something and makes him come out. Like he specifically gets him taken in the last season.
Oh, like a movie?
Yeah, he gets Liam Neeson.
Yeah,
it's a whole big thing.
They do like 3 sequels.
But that's the thing, because like the whole time you're like, oh, he's no matter what, he's gonna save Jesse. And then ultimately in the end, he does go back and save Jesse.
He kind of did save Jesse. So,
yeah,
you know.
So I guess it makes up for him being kidnapped by Nazis and forced to make meth.
I mean, they gave him food and shit. I don't know.
That is so terrible. How long was? Because I guess Walt had to grow hair and a beard and all. It's like he was down there for a couple months, just underground making meth for them.
Isn't that what I almost called him Pistol Pete? Skinny Pete said in the
I like
trailer?
Pistol Pete better. Maybe if he starts doing some crime and shit. They'll change his name from Skinny to Pistol.
Pistol Pete was a basketball player.
Not anymore. Now he's a Breaking Bad character.
Wow.
What did I call him when we were Long John? We did some video and we were talking about Skinny Pete for some reason. And I was like, I couldn't think of his name. I was like, yeah, it's Badger and Long John. Not Long John. And then we couldn't think of his name because I fucked it up so bad.
Yeah. I think he put a badger at the time, too.
I might have called him a different animal.
Yeah, like raccoon or something.
Like, it was Raccoon. Long John's my Breaking Bad. But yeah, that's basically this episode. And then the next one picks up right where this lady... He goes home, fucks his wife. She's like, oh my God, Walter, is that you?
It's kind of creepy.
Gee whiz, cowboy.
Yeah, kind of creepy when, like, he, like, gets on top of her and she's like, Walter? It's
Yeah.
like, wait a second.
Did you think he, like, did a quick switcheroo, rolled out of bed, and his partner's like, whoa, I got
So
this.
all that shit turned to mom, because when she's jerking him off...
I think, yeah, well, we did skip that. After his birthday, he had a real awkward jerk-off.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to go through
We'll skip
every
some
single
things by
yeah.
accident, so you can count that down below if you want.
If you want to talk about Walt getting jerked off.
Yeah, it's real. And she's like, yes! Because she got a bid, and he looks at her like, what the fuck, bitch?
He was actually
I
falling
thought that
asleep.
was for me. Yeah, he was yawning while she's tugging on his Johnson.
Lung cancer. Inoperable. Best case scenario with chemo, I'll live maybe another couple of years.
You want to cook crystal meth?
That's right.
Cooking is art, and the shit I cook is the bomb, so don't be telling me.
You're a goddamn artist. This is art.
Wait. You let us both live, and I will teach you. That our best course of action would be chemical disincorporation.
This whole thing was your...
Don't you dare put that on me!
So the next episode, it picks up right after he's plowing his wife.
Yeah, he basically gets up off of her on this episode, too.
And he goes, get up off of that thing.
Nope.
Then he goes in the bathroom, splashes water in his face, and then I guess passes out. Then he goes...
Thank God they didn't show his wiener.
There's a lot of... If this was an HBO show, we would see a lot of Walt's dong.
We would have saw...
And I think Bryan Cranston would be proud of it.
we would have saw Walter White Jr., if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. But yeah, he's banging his wife 18 hours earlier, I believe it says. Could be a different number. Could be that one. And you see them pay the dude to get out of the ditch.
Yeah.
That's a real funny scene. Especially because, like, the guy's just staring at them. And that's, like, one of his first lies.
I like his lies.
Because they just go on and on and on. And you're like, you don't have to talk that much.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just...
you're just, like, a tiny lie here would have been fine. Or even don't have to say anything.
And he does it a couple times this episode.
Yeah, it's like, it's the start of him. Because, like, he's Breaking Bad. He's doing stuff. He can't
Yeah,
talk about it.
I get it.
In case you didn't know what show you're
Yeah.
watching. He's Better Calling Saul. That's what they gotta say a lot in the other show. But yeah, they pay the guy to get out of there. Did you notice, which I think this might have been the only time that they do this in the show.
Did you punch your mic?
Yeah, hopefully the only time I do that. When they're like doing it and Jesse's like, you're gonna flood it! That in front of like the windshield is horrible green screen.
Oh, no, I didn't know.
It looks real bad. I never noticed that originally watching it because I think we watched it on TV and it didn't look like as good. But watching it on Netflix now, it's very noticeable. But I think that's the only time ever in the show that they drive like that. At least where it's like not good and it's noticeable.
No, I didn't even notice.
And then like it just looks real odd. And then after that, they're actually driving in the desert. So I'm wondering if they had to like pick that up later on. They didn't have time to drive out to the desert or whatever.
Maybe.
But it just looked really weird. Like it almost looked like a blurry, like a shitty picture that they only had left over. And they just stuck it there, yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't notice.
But they get that, they fix that. He ends up getting home, and they have to figure out what to do with Emilio and Crazy 8. And that's like the entire episode, really.
Yeah. One of my favorite things is like, we flipped a coin.
I love that. When
He said it with so much emotion.
We flipped a coin!
Like that
and then, like,
means-
he's waiting, and he's like, we flipped a coin.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like to...
Yeah, I mean... Oh, go ahead.
When he calls him, and he's like, how do I know what like tub to buy? And he tells him, he's like, okay, like I knew that. And then it's like Aaron Paul is so good at delivering like lines that from some people would just be so like normal. He's like, okay, you're gonna be a dick about it to him. And then he moves the bucket and is trying to climb in it to like see if it fit a person and all that.
Well, I also like Walt. It was like, because I fucking told you before you left.
Yeah, see, that's right there watching that scene. I was like, that's me and you. I go to the store, I'm like, hey, which thing do you want? You're like, the thing I fucking told you to get? I'm like, okay, asshole. I'm asking so don't buy the wrong thing, and you're yelling at me when I get home, but now you're telling me to remember.
Well, didn't I already tell you?
Yes, but I have.
Well, then listen the fucking first time.
You were like, hey,
so you see my perspective.
I don't. You could be.
First of
you
all,
could be a
when
little
the
more
fuck
reasonable.
do you go to the store by yourself?
Yesterday, I went to the store for you and bought you like 3-4 fucking things.
Oh, you did actually. That's the first time ever, though.
And I took you. I had to
That's
take,
a fucking
I took
coincidence.
a picture. That's where I remember the thing because I
Yeah.
was like, you made me write it down on my notes because you're like, you won't remember. I did remember, motherfucker.
But you bought me the wrong thing.
No, let me finish my story.
All right.
Can I finish my story?
You can try.
You wanted this Smart Ones thing. What was it called? Smart and Final?
No, that's a store.
Smarty? It was Smart something.
I think they're good ones.
Good ones.
Yeah.
Whatever. Punch my mic
I, don't know,
again.
I asked for enchiladas and you bought me.
Let me tell my story, dude.
All right.
So we got there, and the one enchilada spot is completely empty. So there's 3 left. So I took a picture and said, "Do you want any of these?"
Oh, see, I don't believe that.
I'm pretty sure I have the picture, and you can see the thing's empty.
No. I don't believe that one enchilada. There's like 4 different kinds of enchiladas.
No, look right here. Right next to that blue one, there was an enchilada one that was empty, and they only had those 3 ones left.
It was the top shelf was empty. I couldn't tell that from the picture.
So it was. So
I picked one.
But I sent you a picture, and I was like, "Do you want any of these?" Took you 12 fucking minutes. We were just sitting there
I was
fucking
playing Madden.
twiddling our thumbs together. So then you picked the middle one, and I was like, "Oh, he didn't fucking read what flavor it was." Ass wagging.
Yeah, I did. I fucking
Well,
zoomed
you
in.
did because we came home, and you're like, "What is this?"
Because
You didn't know what it was.
Because it just said spicy sausage. I didn't understand. I didn't know what
And
the
you
meal
didn't
was.
you didn't understand what spicy sausage is?
Well, they had shit around it. I didn't know what the meal was called.
It didn't not say spicy sausage with shit around it.
It didn't say shit around it. It had shit around it. They were actually delicious, though.
But do you see how I can sympathize with Jesse?
No.
Because I got to deal with your bitch ass. You can't just. Be
That
like-
was the only
See,
time you've ever gone to
But
the
there's
store.
a lot of situations like that where you're like, "Hey, go do this," and I'm like, I'll call you or text you to make sure I'm doing it specifically right, and you're like, "Just follow what I told you to do." I'm like, "Can't you just repeat it so I have it in my memory?"
Why
You
can't-
only learn things by hearing it repeated multiple times. That's why some people talk out loud. I made that last bit up.
You made the whole thing up.
But you do remember things by it being spoken multiple times.
This is not turning into you're Jesse and I'm Walt.
I'm just saying, I sympathize with Jesse in this moment because Walt was being a dick.
He was kind of being a dick, but he fucking told him already.
And also, I do sympathize with Jesse because I'd totally be like, just use the fucking bathtub.
yeah, probably.
And then you couldn't kill a crazy egg because you're a pussy. But yeah, so then the whole episode, Walt's like trying to deal with that. He ends up going home with some bits. I really love when Skylar goes to Jesse's basically MySpace page.
Oh, yeah.
You see that? And she's like, what's a MILF? But then she gets his number, calls it, realizes it's the same number from the morning and all
Is
that.
it too early to call Skylar a bitch?
It's never too early to call Skylar a bitch.
She's flipping out because he didn't come.
That's one of my favorite scenes when they're in the hospital after she does her little baby test, and he goes, "Could you for once just crawl out of my ass?" That's one of my favorite Walter White lines.
Think about it. So she's freaking out because he bought a little marijuana from Jesse.
Yeah,
When in reality, he went out to the desert, killed 2 dudes. Well, one
killed
dude.
2 dudes and made meth.
Yeah. But she's flipping out over marijuana.
Yeah,
It was funny.
I like that too. Later on, when they bring that up to when Jesse talks to him about it, and he's like, "It seemed preferable to telling her I went out to the desert, killed 2 dudes, and
but
made meth."
when he told her, too, he started telling her too much information.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's he started getting a little comfortable with talk because like it's already out of the bag that I know him.
Yeah.
But yeah, she goes there as Jesse's pulling Emilio's body out.
Yeah, that was bad timing, huh?
Yeah.
Not
And he's
touching,
yelling
not
at her,
touching.
And I forget what he says, something yo, and then she's like, "Okay, yo." Back to him. I'm
yeah.
Skylar White, yo.
Walter White's husband or wife, yo.
Yeah, that was good. And then he's like, he told me everything. He's like, he did.
Yeah.
But then so don't tell my husband pot, and he's like, oh, okay. That's real good. And then he pulls the body upstairs.
How pissed would you be? You drag his body up the stairs and then it falls back down. Talk about a workout.
Yeah, and then how would you even explain that to people to fix it? Like, what would you say happened if you had to have the guy come over? You know?
I'd leave that up to Walter.
Yeah, he came up with something.
I did like how immediately when Jesse told him what happened,
He's like, "What bathtub?"
he's just like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
And then he even stops him from walking and just It's so disgusting when it falls through there.
Yeah. I just remember one thing I wanted to bring up for the pilot episode is I guess they you know how they had that meth montage,
Mm-hmm.
which even that's another memorable thing. Like I think for the theme of the show too that they do all the time. Like they have it in the pilot. They do like a little music video montage to making meth and all that.
And they're like the best ones ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess they had actual DEA agents, and I think they said
I read
street
that.
cookers like help them make the meth,
But
like
they
show them how.
And they left out stuff.
And then when they filmed it, they just put it in different order.
yeah.
But like they wanted to make sure they were doing it right, and they had all the like the lingo right and all that. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Because some people would just make that up, but I like that they like went out of their way to make sure they got that right.
I read that Bryan Cranston like worked with like a scientist at USC.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, which is pretty cool.
And he corrected some of the writing because he.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did see too that he helped like his appearance, like the mustache and like his clothing and hair and all that, because he wanted him to
It's
look
weird seeing him
like look dorky.
like this.
Yeah, cause especially because couple weeks he'll look completely different, and then you now in real life he looks completely different.
Yeah.
And
he's such a fucking nice guy in real life too. So like
Yeah.
like he goes on Dan Patrick all the time, and he'll go on some other.
that's
stuff.
where some of the beans were spilled originally.
Yeah. Which how much of that was true?
I don't even remember what was said. I just know that he said too much and said that I would do it if they called me. But like I'm pretty sure at that point they already filmed it if it is correct what Aaron Paul said.
Right.
Because it was when they were on
There's-
hiatus
there's-
before.
There's some contradictory stuff there, but
A little bit.
But yeah, he's just so nice. I've heard him on the podcast with Bill Simmons, and it's just like, I mean, obviously he's not like Walter White, but it's just
Yeah.
like he's such a good actor.
There's that sad thing you think about when you're watching when he kills Jane, is that when he goes in there and like, well, I guess he doesn't kill her, but gets her, doesn't help her. When he does that to cry, he all of a sudden started picturing his. Again, I think he said it was subconscious, like he didn't do it on purpose. He just all of a sudden started seeing his daughter there, and he just started bawling. And they said he was fucked up for a few days after that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
but I was like, that's like watching now. You like see him crying. You're like, oh, he's actually crying right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fucking.
Which I
damn
guess
good actor.
either way, he really is crying. They don't see CGI tears coming down his face.
They could.
Where were we in here? Oh yeah, so Walt comes home. The thing crashes down, and Emilio's just spilled all over the floor.
Yeah.
That's cool too. So far, like these just go back to back to back. Like next episode, they'll be cleaning it up and all that. Like they don't skip any weeks. Like time's passed and all that.
Yeah.
But these we're done with 2 episodes, and I'm loving it.
Yeah. I guess the only thing we didn't really talk about was Crazy 8 in the basement.
Oh yeah, he's giving him food and all that. I think next episode's when he'll talk to him and then kill him, right? Or does that go on for a few more episodes?
I think it's. I don't know. It goes.
It's 3 or 4.
It's funny. It's funny how you watch it. Like if you describe the show, you would call it slow.
People did, yeah. It's the first season slow.
Slow, but like not in a bad way. It's
Yeah.
just it takes time for shit. Good shows take time to unravel.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you watch it now, you're like, "Fuck! I can't believe this is already happening." It's just because you're so into it.
But I can't wait till we get we'll be deep into it like next week because we have to do 3 of these a week.
Fucking, you're such a nutbag.
we have to. This is all your fault.
It's not my fault.
Watch the video again. I'm actually not 100% on this, but I'm pretty sure you're the one that said, "Oh, Breaking Bad podcast." Haha. Ha. And I was like, "Oh my god, yes. Cancel Sopranos, Breaking Bad strictly, and we will finish Breaking Bad and then do a podcast on the movie." And you're like, "Oh god."
Yeah, and
Because
then
you can't joke about a Breaking Bad podcast with me. That's just not a thing you could do.
Whatever.
Since we're at the end here, you want to talk about how we might be getting some Dos Hombres. We might be getting some of that for the set.
Yeah, drink
And,
it.
and we'll celebrate every season. No, so we'll celebrate every now and then with it.
Yeah.
But that'd be pretty cool to have their alcohol here and all that. And then also I want to mention, because I will forget all this shit, if you like this podcast, you can follow us on Twitter for clips or information, whatnot. You were on Anchor. I made us an account last night for that too. Probably on iTunes at this point if you're watching this, hopefully. If everything goes right. And I believe that's it for all that. If anybody has any suggestions of anywhere else they want to hear a podcast or anything like that, comment down below and we'll try to put it on there also. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun.
I can't believe we're doing this.
Me either, honestly. I mean, we'll be back here like tomorrow filming another one. So our schedule is probably going to be, hopefully we can stick to this. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you'll get a Breaking Bad podcast. And you don't feel like you have to watch them in that order. Like, you could wait till, like, a Saturday and binge Breaking Bad a little bit and then watch the podcast over. Like,
Well, here's the
Because
thing.
I know that's a lot of people like to watch.
There's
that many shows.
62 episodes.
Yeah.
There's not 62 days between now and...
Well, yeah, that's what we're doing. 3 podcasts a week, 2 episodes of podcasts. Hopefully our math is right on that. That was you.
No, it's not right. At some point, we're going to have to speed it up.
Oh, and do like 3?
Yeah.
We could, for the finale, I guess it's only for this one. Because like,
we'll be done with this.
There's 7 this episode. So I think when we get to the finale, which will be like the 2 more podcasts, we should do 3 episodes that one. Because this was only like 50 minutes.
That's fine.
And we did chit chat a lot, that other stuff, you know.
And you can just take notes.
I'll take I don't have to read Wikipedia and figure out because like they write it terribly on here.
Yeah, I don't like it when you do that. Anyways,
I just wanted it as like a reference. I can be like,
no, it's good because
I
could forget.
I could read. Oh, he's at school. Okay.
We forget shit, but
yeah.
If I take notes, I'll take notes on every fucking thing that happens, and I hate that.
Yeah. See, I'll just be like, Walt's at school, and then like we'll start talking about it, and we'll jot
that's
memories.
good.
That's how I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll take notes on Sopranos. I'm not taking notes on. Breaking Bad.
I do want to mention if I did put it in there. If not, then I guess this means nothing to you. Maybe I'll cut it out. In between the episodes, when we talked about one, we put in a little clip of like a recap. It's on the Breaking Bad YouTube channel if you want to go on there and watch them. I want to give them credit since I'm still in their video and put it on our podcast. I'll put the link to that in the description as well. But I liked that they edited that very well. You watched them, right? I sent them to you.
Yeah, it was weird though because they had some of the same scenes in the first 2.
Well, the second one recaps some of the first one because like it connects. But yeah, I did notice that.
Yeah,
but I thought it was pretty well done the way they did that.
Yeah,
and
it was cool.
Like, so the thing will probably be able to play that, and then you'll always talk about it and whatnot. And we'll figure out stuff along the way also.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this has been Captain Cook. We'll hear this one more time, just because
you're gonna get sick of it.
You can't talk.
No, I was waiting for it to end. I got a question for you.
What?
Westworld, Sopranos, The Wire, any of those shows, even like Friends.
Yeah.
I never skip.
I don't skip the Breaking Bad opening if that's what you're gonna ask.
Yeah. I never skip the opening on any of those shows because I feel like it gets me into the show, and you're like, skip.
I don't skip Westworld. I don't skip this.
You don't skip Westworld?
No.
Wow.
I like to see Mom's skeleton fingers going. Dun-na-na-na-na-na-na. That was pretty shitty of the song, but
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I don't skip those. Some of them, cause like that one's kind of long, but like like this one's short. Like I wouldn't skip Saul's either because they're pretty quick.
It almost is more effort to skip it.
Sometimes, yeah, but Sopranos and shit. Well, because HBO is easy because all their intros are usually, unless they have a cold open, which threw me off a lot of Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, Game of Thrones. I never skipped a single fucking one.
I'd be skipping. I'm like, wait, that's new information. So I go back. But it's easy. You just skip like 2 minutes. I know it's usually 2 minutes in.
You don't have to do the thumb thing. I get what skip means.
So for Sopranos, I'll be skipping until it's like 2:10, and I'm like, okay, now I'm watching the episode. Every time. But now I don't got to worry about that.
Well, you will fucking October 18th.
I'll be dead by then.
Good.
I'll get killed by a meth addict.
Probably. I can't wait to the episode where you turn in... Oh, you are Jesse. Because you imagine people coming in the house.
Well, if you want to hear that story, when we get to that episode with Jesse and he's paranoid because there's meth dealers attacking him, we'll tell you that biker story again there because it hasn't been told in this podcast. It hasn't been told in this podcast.
We're not telling the whole story. We're just going
fresh.
to tell the new updated story when you had the epiphany.
That the story could be different now. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, rate, and review on wherever you're watching or listening to this at. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday for the next episode of Captain Cook. We're watching episodes 3 and 4 of Breaking Bad Season 1. Let me tell my story, dude.